Greetings, Marsh here, and welcome to episode 85 of my modded Factorio playthrough. In this episode, now that we have a bunch of belts, we can hook up all the ore sorting machines and prepare to test it. Enjoy! Well, let's start with the easy stuff. Ore mixtures and powders here. Of course, the first problem is that these are all facing the wrong way. And because of that, probably should change the alignment of these things here, just so there's no belts going over belts if we can avoid it. And there's no reason to do them in any particular order, so let's just start with the cupric powder on the top here. We'll just take it down the line. And here it is. The input is right there. Then the ferrous powder is right here. Get that piped in. And then we have the cupric mixture, which is up here. But it looks like we're missing some inserters. Just on that one. And finally, the ferrous mixture. And we're out of belts already. Well, let's just grab everything, I guess. Okay. And actually, because each one of these systems has a control for turning on and off the belts, and since we have manually set every signal to 30,000, which is higher than any individual start condition, none of these will run. So we are perfectly safe to just hook up every single one of these and let the logic turn on and off each line. In that case, we can just hook up each one of these and see how they work. Yep, looking good. It's about what we expect. Let's do the cupric. Looking good. Let's do this one. These machines are much slower, so it takes more of them. But looking good. And the last one. I noticed I put stack inserters there, but I don't think we need them. Looking good. And not all of these are going to be green all the time, because we only need 7.5, and we put 8 in there for symmetry reasons, so they're not all going to be green all the time. But there's that. The chunks only go to one place, so it'll be easy enough just to send them where they need to go. So it looks like we need bobmonium right here, and it is actually pointed the wrong direction. I guess that's a situation of things turned out better than I thought they would, because I was almost positive that these ore sorting machines were going to have to be way over here, but it looks like they fit. There we go. Let's get the bobmonium in there. Looks like these things are not fast enough with these inserters on the output side. What are they supposed to be? Well, we can add up all of these numbers here to find out exactly what inserter. We definitely only need a red going in. What about all these outputs? Oh, I bet I know what it is. It's because the inserter is only doing one at a time. Because it's not taking advantage of its stack inserting capacity, that it's not running as quickly as it could. 1.1, 2.1, 1.1, 1.1, 1.1, 6.5. So yeah, technically, we have enough inserters. But because they're not stacking, it's actually not fast enough. Well, that means each machine can be symmetrical. So this is why we test things. So let's pick this all up. So we'll do long-handed, and then long-handed near. And just pick all this up, and this should tile. And it tiles on the other side as well. Okay, so we need to fix... We might have to fix everything. But for now, let's just fix all of the chunk sorting machines. Oh no, we're short by one fast inserter. Darn. I kind of want to set this up so we have priority to making these undergrounds. Just because undergrounds, when you need them, are far more important than just regular belts. So let's do a little circuit condition. We already have one on the output, but let's do a circuit condition on the input. Where this inserter can only be on if underground belts is greater than, let's say, 50. Or let's do equal to or greater than 50, so we have a stack. So now that turns off, giving the undergrounds a chance to shine. Alright, well now we can try that again. See if the setup worked. This time with Sephrite. So we have Sephrite right there, which means all of this is extra. And let's look it up and see how it works. Oh yeah, that works a lot better. Okay. Looking good. Jivolite's next. And there it is. That's easy enough. I probably could have positioned these in such a way to make doing these belts a little cleaner, but oh well. Wasn't really a concern of mine when I was figuring out where to put them. It's more thinking about the logic of it than anything. But sometimes having a setup looking nice and pretty is important too. Alright, Jivolite. Let's see what you got. Looks good. Steerotite. Hey, it's right there too. This is actually starting to work out pretty well. I did do them in order, according to the menu, both in position here and in position here, so it looks like they lined up properly, at least for a couple of these, to make it look nice and pretty. Every once in a while it works out unintentionally. We're actually gaining belts right now. That'll be nice. Okay. Steer tight. Looking good. Crotinium. Oh, look at that. It's next. I just love it when everything works out. Even if I didn't mean for it to. Awesome. And finally, rubite. Awesome. And look at that. Just had a little zigzag for the pop money, but otherwise it all worked out nicely. But now we do have some unnecessary undergrounds, so might as well get rid of them. We'll take all these resources and put them back in the bus where they need to go later. Okay, the last thing we need to do is crushed ores, and they have multiple destinations. So let's start at the very back here and work our way forwards. So we need Givelite and Saphirite. We've got the Saphirite right here, so we can put a splitter in there and have it go off to the right. And we can do the same thing here. We have the inputs coming down here. And we're going to have a little bit of splitter business going on here. But we need to split these into two different sets. And then recombine them in two different sets. So we do that to create our first belt. We'll probably want to put an underground there. Then we have our second output, which combines right here into a red belt again. Send our output right there. They can kind of go up like that. So I guess if that's how it's set up, then we can kind of just do that right there. Sorry about the lack of flares. I can see it just fine. I guess it doesn't come out very well on YouTube, so it looks a little dark, but clearly I could see what I'm doing. So, sorry about that. So let's pick this up. And place it. Doesn't really matter, up or down, but let's do up. That might compete with space for something else, but let's see if it works. And if we do this, we should get 2 belts of mixed ores. Yep. And now let's hook it up and see what happens. Well, I guess nothing will happen because we don't have catalysts. So this is more of a formality. But we might as well hook everything up properly. I mean, from what I can see, it's working out alright. Okay, and now we need Crotinium and Stereotyte. Well, here is our Stereotyte. Uh-oh. Running out of those undergrounds. Well, let's hope that we produced more. Hey, looks like the system worked. We got our 50. So we take that out, and now it's going to produce some more. Although, we are kind of fairly full on belts, so I kind of want to throw the extras in there. Might have to just run back here and get more, but I kind of want to produce some undergrounds here. Okay, there's the Stereotyte. Givelite is over here. Then we need to build something similar. So we can plop that in here. Let's see if we do it this way, this will be lined up. So sure, why not? And looks like we can keep these belts straight too, if we're willing to put an underground right there. And straight is better with undergrounds than not straight, but no undergrounds, in my opinion. So, let's see, does this work properly? Yep. And let's send them down. Well, not much is happening, but it looks like it's working. So now we need to do lead, which is crotinium and rubite. Let's grab the rubite from all the way down here, and we're probably going to run out of belts and have to go back and pick those belts up I just dropped off. Oh well. Now this is going to be a little tougher. Let's see, where can this setup go? Might just have to accept that it's up here and some zigzags will be involved. That's okay. Okay, we need to get crotinium in here. With that, and the rubite needs to come in. Let's do rubite up through here. And get the necessary undergrounds in here. And looks like we're out of undergrounds already. Well, let's at least see if this works. That's why we have all this extra space in here, because you need to do all this belt stitching. Looking good. Let's grab some more belts and undergrounds. There we go. Okay, last one. Stereotyte and bobmonium. Well, bobmonium is way over here. And we'll probably need something similar to this again. Right about here. So plop it in there. So let's see, steer it tight. Might be easier to grab from here. Bobmodium. Come from down here. Okay. See how this works? Works well. And let's pump it in. Part of the reason why I'm just running this without all the resources, I'm just making sure they're actually picking up both resource types, that they're properly set up, and I can tell that the machines are basically working as they should, even though they don't have the catalyst yet. Okay. So now the only ones we have left are the basic crushed ore sorting. And that's the only destination for each one of these. And look at all these ores I'm just randomly picking up from moving belts around. So we have crotinium here, which is basically right here. Let's just do an underground right there. Why not? Makes it easy. And get rid of all of this. Reclaim some belts, because we're going to need them. Oh, but it looks like we do actually have to have it come down here because of these mixtures here. So, whoops. It's got to be there after all. Well, that's a little tricky. Well, in that case, we'll put that there. Put another splitter in here. And have that go down the way. And yeah, this isn't balanced, because we have one red belt going into 3 red belts, so it's not any kind of balanced setup, but that's fine. We don't know where these ores are going to go, so we're just going to give them the capacity to run at 1 red belt in any direction, if that's what's required. So let's see if this is balanced. Do we need 2 inserters or just the 1? Yep, we need 2. Because the 1 is going at full blast and it's not enough. So it's just like chunks here. And we just barely had enough inserters for that. Alright, let's try this again with the steerotite here and see how that works. So we got steerotite right here, but it has to go down, because all 6 of the ores need to come in here for these powders. So let's see how this works with 2 inserters. Oh yeah, working just fine. Good, good. And Jivolite, which is right there. Good. Bobmodium, which is right here. Okay. Sapphirite. The easy one, because it's on the top. Awesome. And last one, rubite. Awesome. There we go. Everything is seeded with all of the resources necessary. The only ones that aren't going to work are the catalyst production, because we don't have any catalysts, so we're just going to have to wait to see those operate. But everything else can work. But I kind of want to wait until daytime to see how this works, because it's going to be a little hard to see what's going on with all these belts here. Because it's going to get crazy. So let's wait till the sun comes up. While we're waiting for the sun to come up, we can look for any loose ends of belts, because every belt that should be connected somewhere should be connected somewhere. If there's any loose belts just sticking around, then it means that something was missed. So right here, we're sending this down the bus, but it doesn't really need to be. Like, a lot of this is kind of crazy, but it doesn't have to be. Because steerotite can just go in directly. Let's save these two belts right here, because I believe those are the belts that are going to have the catalysts on them. So bobonium can go right there. And cortinium right there. And saphirite. There's the rubite. And finally, givelite. So there we go. No loose ends. But we do have some unnecessary undergrounds here again. Might as well get rid of them. Alright, looking pretty clean, and the sun's starting to come up now. This would make a perfect opportunity to test all of these setups and see how they work, but that's going to have to wait till the next episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.